Hey everybody, thank you so much for visiting Cooking with G Dubs, and I'm your host, G Dubs. And what I'm going to cook for you today is one of my favorite Italian dishes, and it's bow tie pasta right here. And the way I'm going to do it is I went to a restaurant years ago called Macaroni Grill. There may be some in your area where you're at, but there was one here, but it's now closed. But there was a dish that they made that was with bow tie pasta made with Italian sausages and chicken, and it was absolutely delicious. And I was able to figure out how to make it, and I'm going to show you so you can make it at home. All right, so without further delay, let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you first to the ingredients. The first ingredient that I have is, this is mild Italian sausage. Right here is mild Italian sausage. And then what I also have is 1.5 cups of Parmesan cheese, 2 cups of cheddar cheese. I have 2 cups of heavy whipping cream. I have 12 ounces of peas and carrots. I have 1/2 cup of my ippies. And if you want to know what I have here, check out my YouTube channel and you'll see all of the ingredients that I put in here. It's all fresh herbs that blended together to come up with this. All right, so I have my ippies, and of course, once again, I have my bow tie pasta, and then I also have the chicken. And what I have is skinless, boneless chicken thighs and chicken breasts. So as you can see here, this is what the chicken thighs look like, boneless, and this is chicken breast that's sliced up. And then I also have for you some red peppers as well as orange bell peppers. And then I also have my red onions, all right? And then of course we have our Himalayan sea salt, all right? So what I'm gonna first do is, now that you have all of the ingredients, now I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do so that we can be able to have a lot so it'll stretch for your family. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the chicken breasts and I'm just gonna slice them into little cubes. All right, and then I have it here like this, and I'll show you. These are what the cubes look like. So as you can see here, I cut them into small little pieces like this. And then having these little small pieces is going to be really, really delicious. And I'm going to slice up all the chicken the same exact way. And then I'll be right back and I'm going to show you what's the next step. All right, so what I've done is I've chopped up all of my chicken, the breast and thigh, chopped it up into small little pieces, as you can see here, right? And then what I also did was I have put my sausage in some boiling hot water. So I'm gonna put the Italian sausages to boil for 20 minutes. And after the 20 minutes, we're gonna take it out and we're gonna slice it up. And then what I'm gonna do now is I have my water for my pasta already preheated. And I also put about 2 teaspoons of salt and 2 teaspoons of olive oil in the water so that it'll prevent the pasta from sticking. And so now what I'm gonna do is take my pasta and throw it in. And I'm gonna cook for the week. So here what I'm doing is I'm gonna use 2 boxes of pasta. But for your family, depending on how many people you're cooking for, you may want to use less. But for this recipe, I'm going to use 2 boxes. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pasta and I'm going to stir it a little bit so that the oil can be able to coat the pasta and it'll prevent it from sticking to each other. So then that way, after about a good 10 to 12 minutes when it's cooked, then we could strain it and it won't give us trouble afterward, okay? So now we're gonna let this thing boil, turn up our heat. We're gonna give it about 10 to 12 minutes as per the instructions, or until al dente, which is a little bit soft and a little bit firm. You know what I mean. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go to the next step, which is cooking our meat. So now we're gonna go from here to there. All right, let's do it. All right, so now before we put our chicken on the heat, what we gotta do is first we gotta add our seasoning. And as you know, we have our ippies. Pour that on. And then we're gonna take our salt. And you wanna salt it to taste. Okay, so what I'm gonna put is approximately, probably like a half a tablespoon of salt for now. And then we're gonna marinate it, get our seasonings all over our chicken. And it should take no time to do that. You just want to just massage the seasonings all over your meat. And then that, it'll take no time. And then after that, it looks just like that. All right? So now what I'm gonna do is we're gonna slide over to our skillet. And what I'm gonna do, put a little olive oil at the bottom of it. Coat it. You just want the bottom to be nice and well coated. And then, as it's getting hot, then we're gonna take our chicken, we're gonna place it in. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna saute this until it's cooked. The whole cooking time for this, I'm gonna add a little bit of water, and then the whole cooking time should take probably about like 10-15 minutes for this step, all right? I'm gonna get some water and I'll be right back. All right, so now what we're doing is we're gonna check on our chicken. It's been about 3 minutes so far, and look what it's looking like. See? I put about half a cup of water in it so it could boil and create steam. And then now what we're gonna do is just stir it, so that we can make sure that our meat is cooking evenly and thoroughly. Because you can't play games with chicken. You gotta make sure it's cooked thoroughly, or else it'll give you a bad case of the bubble guts. You don't want that at all. All right, so we're gonna let this continue to cook. And then while this is cooking, we're gonna check on our pasta. And our pasta has been cooking so far for about 6 minutes. And we're gonna stir it occasionally. You just want to make sure that it's cooked well. And as per the instructions about al dente, so just like you can do spaghetti, you know, you don't want it to be too soft, okay? You gotta keep an eye on it. And for those of you who have food allergies, you don't necessarily have to use the wheat pasta like I'm doing here. You could also use chickpea pasta or different variations, but the principle is all the same. All right, the end result should be, you know, very similar, okay? And our sausage is still cooking. As you can see here, it's boiling. All right, and this has been cooking so far for about a good 10 minutes. So we want to make sure that that's also cooked thoroughly so you don't get sick. All right, so we're gonna let this do its thing and then we'll be right back. All right. Look at that, our chicken is almost, just about done. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take it out, I'm gonna lower the heat, put it to low for now. I'm gonna just shake just chicken out. All right, now we got our chicken out. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use this broth, as you see here. We're going to use this broth to make our Alfredo sauce. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our heavy whipping cream, we're going to put it in, and I'm going to take a little bit of water. And I'm going to put about 1.5 cups of water, as you can see here. Put that in. And then what we're going to do next, we'll turn our heat back up. And I'm going to put our Parmesan cheese. And we're going to put our Cheddar cheese. And we're going to mix this all together until it gets nice and creamy. And what you want to do is you want to keep stirring it. So then that way it doesn't stick to the bottom. All right, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our heat down to medium. Okay, you keep stirring it until it gets nice and creamy. All right. So while that's warming up and melting the cheese, we're gonna slide over and slice our Italian sausages. Okay, we're gonna slide over to our little spot here. Put that out the way. Take our sausages and we're going to slice them up. Let me grab my knife. And what we're going to do is we're going to, in order for it to look real fancy or to achieve that goal, we're going to take our knife and we're going to put it at kind of like a 45-degree angle, and then we're going to slice our sausages. And then that way it looks really, really fancy. And that's what they do at the restaurants. We just cut it on an angle. All right. We take that, set it to the side, and we got to keep rolling. So while this is going, I'm going to go ahead and cut all these, and we'll be right back. All right. So now our pasta is starting to cook. You see it boiling there? So now what we're going to do is we're going to check it for taste. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. What we do is we're going to just add a few pieces of our peppers, our bell peppers. You don't need to, add as much as you want or as little as you want. It's all about the flavor. You just want to add it to enhance the flavor. Because remember, our épice already has these peppers in it, but I like to add it to give it a little color, give a little pizzazz. And now what we're going to do is combine all of the ingredients together. All right. So we're gonna let this cook. We're gonna let this cook for about, I would say between 3 to 5 minutes, until the onions get a little soft. And then once we do that, then we put all the rest of our ingredients together and we're ready to plate. Let's check one more time, see? Oh, it's delicious. It's really, really delicious. Okay, my family's gonna love this. Okay, so we're gonna let this cook. It's still on medium heat. I'm gonna raise it up just a little bit to like medium high, but only for about like 3 to 5 minutes, just until the onions get soft. And then after that, then we're gonna combine it and plate it. All right, we're right back. All right, here we go. Time to combine everything now. Stir it, make sure that there's nothing sticking to the bottom. Because if it is, it'll be a pain in the neck to clean afterward. No, we can't have that. All right, so now we're gonna take our chicken, remember? Put our chicken back. Put it back in. Then we're gonna take our Italian sausage, put that in. And then the last, to add the pop of color, we have our peas and carrots. And we're gonna put that in. And now we're gonna do is stir it all together. Now look at that color. Doesn't it look pretty? Oh man. It looks good. It looks delicious. Woo, woo. Man. Wait until you taste it. Wait until you taste it. It's off the chain. Okay, so now we'll put it back to medium high heat. Give it about 5 minutes and we'll be ready to plate. right, everybody, our dish is complete. Look what it looks like. Isn't that pretty? See all the colors? Now you can eat with your eyes instead of with just your mouth. Let me let you know what it tastes like. This looks good. I'm gonna taste the pasta. This is delicious. Wow, let me taste the piece of the chicken mixed with the sauce. Oh my goodness. Absolutely delicious. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the button down below, like and subscribe. Ring the bell so that anytime, or click the bell so that anytime I put a video, you'll be the first one to get the notification and you can check out our next recipe. Thank you so much for visiting us here with Cooking with G Dubs. Thank you for checking out my recipe for my pasta Alfredo, which is the bow tie pasta Alfredo with the Italian sausage, chicken, and also the peas and carrots. It is absolutely delicious. Everybody, thank you so very much for checking me out. Until the next video,